I am the program coordinator for the medical equipment maintenance course, and I'm also coordinating the clinical engineering program at the Tswana University of Technology. My background is in biomedical engineering. I had my undergraduate qualifications in biomedical engineering, and then I did a master's in clinical engineering. And I have worked in several places, the latest of which is TUT. I've been in TUT for almost 20 years, training students, teaching them, and supervising and mentoring. I'm currently just wrapping up a PhD also in this field. So I've got more than 27 years of experience in this field. So I will be the one taking you through this learning journey in this medical equipment maintenance course. So you will be this, we started this course in 2022 around June. So that's about 2.5 years ago. Trained about 90 technicians from different fields. From different fields, different companies, different interest groups. And so you are the 17th batch of participants that we're training for this course. And the course has evolved in different ways from the first time we offered the course online in 2022, June. At the moment, we have managed to train people from every province in South Africa and 6 other countries, including Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Angola, Congo DRC, Botswana, etc., etc. So we've had participants from all of those countries, and like I said, from every province in South Africa. And people we have trained range from those with experience and those who are novices, complete beginners in the field. And every one of them have found something that they can take home with from this course. So I'd like to welcome you all once again. And if you don't mind, I'd like you to start introducing yourselves. So you can just put on your camera so we can see who you are to make sure we're not talking to an AI, and then tell us who you are, where you're connecting from, and why you've decided to take this course. Can we
Good
start with
afternoon.
Marius?
I'll go first. Good afternoon, gentlemen. So I am Marius. I'm from Atlantis, close to Cape Town, and I work at Netcare Blackbook Hospital in clinical engineering. So I'm doing this course to get some more info on equipment because I know equipment. I've been in clinical engineering for about 6 years, but you don't actually get trained on equipment. You get trained electrically, and then you have to build the experience in the hospital. So I'm doing the course to get a more in-depth view of medical equipment.
Okay, you're in the right place. Welcome. Walter?
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen. As you mentioned, sir, I'm Walter. I work at BioWorld. I started working at BioWorld in 2022. I've been working with medical equipment since I started working at Far East Hospital in Springs. I've been interested in working with medical equipment since then. And I work in the BioWorld as a technical administrator. I choose this course because I want to uplift my career. I want more knowledge in this medical equipment. Actually, I'm more interested in working with medical equipment. I've done financial management and 6, and I've done mechanical engineering and 3. And in my gene working and BioWorld, I see myself more interested in medical equipment. So I needed something to uplift my career. Yes. So I chose this course to uplift my career and my knowledge in medical equipment.
Okay, that's wonderful. You're in the right place, and I welcome you.
Thank you.
It's Neatlin still in BioWorld.
Pardon?
There's a gentleman called Neatlin. Is he still in
No,
BioWorld?
Mr. Litlin left, I think it was 2023. He left 2023.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, at some point he had some ideas regarding developing another short learning program on healthcare technology management with us in TUT. So we had some discussions, but never got to conclude. But we picked up ourselves, and then we're busy at the moment going through the approval process for the next course on healthcare technology management. We'll talk more about that towards the end of the course. But anyway, nice to have you both. So welcome. So I'll
Thank
tell
you.
you a bit about the course. Now, first, I want to find out if how familiar are you with Microsoft Teams, the platform we're using right now? Have you used it before? Or is this your first comfortable using Microsoft Teams for meetings like this?
On my side, I've been using Teams since I got here, since I've been in BioWorld. So I'm very familiar with Teams.
Me as well, sir. So yeah, for the past 5 years, everything happens on Teams.
Okay, great. That's one of the benefits of COVID. Yeah, so
Yes, definitely.
I don't need to go through Teams since we're all familiar with Teams. You know what buttons to press to do what. Okay.
Okay.
So usually we will meet on Teams, not every day. At some point we are meeting every day, but we'll just meet once a week on Teams. Usually at the beginning of the week, we'll give you the briefing regarding the contents and activities for that week, what needs to be done, so that you know what the expectations are, what units will be released during the week, what assignments, what activities need to be done, what content and practicals need to be completed for the week. And then we'll leave you to walk through them. And then the week after, on the Monday, we meet again, summarize contents for the previous week, and see if there are any issues, any problems, anything to be addressed. And then we also release the content for the current week. So that's how we will do it. And when we meet on MS Teams, those Mondays, the meetings are not more than half an hour, because everything you need for the course is already uploaded on the learning management system. So in TUT, we are using a learning management system for this course that is called My Tutor. It has several names. The developers call it Brightspace. Generally, we call it the learning management system because that's where all the contents are uploaded. But in TUT, we call it My Tutor. Okay, so I'll be referring to My Tutor or the LMS, Learning Management System, or Brightspace. We're talking about one and the same thing. So all of your contents are accessible on the Learning Management System or My Tutor. So first
Okay.
of all, I want to walk us through the program so you have an idea what the entire program is like. Now, the program I'm going to show you now is not updated. When I say it's not updated, I'm only talking about the dates. All the contents are updated. The only difference is the date. So we have just finished the 16th batch of the course, and I needed to update the program, the dates, and some of the other things before this batch. But I was away overseas. I just came back 2 days ago and had a lot of work to catch up to. So I didn't have the opportunity to update the program. So what I'm going to show you is still the same program. The only change will be the dates, but everything else in terms of the content and activities, everything is the same. So I'm going to share screen and we'll walk through very quickly. So you can see my screen now. I actually started updating, but I'm not quite there yet. So I don't believe it's showing. Let me share the screen again because I don't think it's showing yet. Give me a moment. Okay, let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see it.
Okay, there it is. Okay, great. So it's the medical equipment maintenance course, 24th October to 28th November, right? So usually for the first day, Friday, it's just the introduction. Introduction, briefing, pre-training, where we get to introduce ourselves and we get to know the participants and the facilitators. You test your internet connection, MS Teams, make sure everything is in order. We talk about classroom etiquette, especially for online meetings like this. And then we introduce the learning management system, which I'm going to be doing. You're already familiar with MS Teams, so there will be no need to talk about MS Teams. And then if there are any issues regarding login, we're not there yet. So I have written to IT to provide the login details that you will use to log into the learning management system. They are quite busy, so they haven't quite responded with the required information. So let's hope they do that before the course starts proper on Monday. Otherwise, I will provide you with temporary login details that will give you access to my tutor so that you can start accessing the contents already. Okay. And at the end of this session, you will have your first activity, which is an introductory activity, activity 0.1. I will talk about that a bit later towards the end. And this is a graded activity. So wherever you see in the program that we have a graded activity, it means that that activity or test or quiz, it counts towards your final marks. So Monday, Tuesday, you will, when the course begins proper, we will open the content for the whole week. So you can just walk through at your own pace. We'll start with Unit 1, which is ethics. And the unit on ethics is only a theoretical content. But at the end of it, you will see at the bottom, there is an activity, which is activity 1.1. And that is a graded assignment. Usually for the assignments and activities, you have 1 week from the date of release to complete and submit the assignment or activity. So every activity has a due date, has a deadline. If you don't submit by the due date, it will close and you will not be able to submit. However, we have designed this course knowing that most of our participants are busy people and sometimes life catches up with them, issues around work pressures, and so on. So if you see that for some reason you're not going to be able to hand in your assignment or activity before the due date, all you have to do is let me know and request an extension. We can extend for another 1 or 2 days to allow you to do the submission. Okay, so request an extension before the date closes, because if it closes, it's closed. So ask for an extension and we can extend for another day or 2 to give you time to submit the assignments or assessments. So for that week, we have Wednesday and Thursday. So ethics is going to be for 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday, you will go through the module on safety and hazard management. Again, you have the theoretical content, but there's also the practical content. And I'm going to show you on my tutor how to access the theoretical content and where to find the practical content. Those practical contents are video recordings that have been prepared, demonstrating the use of those equipments, the testing of those equipments, the connections, etc., etc. Now, at the end of that unit 2, you will see there is activity 2.0, which is a graded activity, right? And you have 1 week from the date of release to complete the activity. Then we have, for that week, Friday, you will go through the content on preventive maintenance. So this one is just a theoretical content. There is no practical, there is no assignment for Friday. Weekends are free, okay? So weekends are free to use as you wish, and to also to catch up with whatever content you were not able to catch up with during the week. And then for the following week, week 2, you'll start with corrective maintenance management. You'll go through the theoretical content, and then there is an activity 4.1, which is a group activity. And I'm going to explain how the group activity is going to be done when we are explaining the content for that particular week. And the following day, which is Tuesday, you have inventory and quality management. So you have just the theoretical content, there is no practical, there is no activity. And then on Wednesday, you have the unit on communication. So communication is quite big, so a lot of theoretical content and videos, but you have 3 activities, activity 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, and they are all graded activities. And then you have electrocardiogram and ECG systems that has both the theory and practical content, but no activity. So from the second week of training, your Fridays are also going to be free. Okay, so Fridays are free until the last Friday when we finish the course. Okay, then for week 3, you have blood pressure monitoring. So you have the theoretical content, and then you have a graded activity. Then for Tuesday of that week, pulse oximetry, which is only theory. The practical for pulse oximetry, blood pressure measurement, is linked to activities we will do when we do patient monitoring. Okay, so patient monitoring is the next one. And for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, you will do unit 10. You have the theoretical content, the practical content, but you also have activity, which I will explain what the mid-course video feedback is all about. I'm going to explain that when we get to that week. And then Friday for that week is also free. And then the following week, we have Unit 11. You will do defibrillators. You have the theory, you have the practicals. And then Unit 12, the next day, you have the ventilators, theory and practicals, no activity. But then for Unit 13, which is infusion and syringe pump, you have theory and practical as well. And then Unit 14, you will do your electrosurgery and the atomy equipment. So here you have the theory, the practical, and you have a graded activity. And Friday of that week is free. And for the final week, on Monday, you will do neonatal incubators and radiant warmers. You'll do the theory, you'll do the practical. And then 2 days after that, well, the day after that, which is on Tuesday, it will be free for self-study, revision, and then preparation for the final assessment. You will notice that throughout the course, there are activities, there are tests, assessments. So we adopt an ongoing continuous assessment throughout the course. We don't wait until the end to have one big exam, but you are assessed as we go along on a continuous basis. That way, there's no need to fail. So even if you fail the final assessment, it doesn't mean you have failed. We add up all the marks that you've been accumulating throughout the course, and that should give you sufficient marks to pass the course. So far, no one has failed this course. Okay. So for the final week on Tuesday, is free for self-study, revision, and assessment preparation. And then on Wednesday, you will do an online survey plus your final activity, which is a video reflection activity. I will explain how that works. And then the Thursday of the last week is where you do your online assessment, which is the graded assessment. And then the final Friday of the program is when we do the verbal evaluation and we do the closing and we talk about the next step, what happens next after the course. So this is the program, and this program is going to be available. Once I've done the updates, I will post it in the WhatsApp group. I will email it to you guys, and it will also be available on my Twitter. Okay, so you have the program with you. Do we have any questions at this point before I continue?
No,
Okay,
I'm
I see
clear,
that.
I'm clear.
Yeah. Okay. Atlasi has just joined us. If you don't mind, can you open your phone? Just introduce yourself so we get to know who you are. Atlasi. Atlasi, are you there? Atlasi, can you unmute? Okay, he doesn't seem to be there. Atlasi Chaoke, are you there? Okay, let's continue.
Morning. Good day,
Okay,
sorry.
yes, we can hear you now.
Be
Are
on and off.
you able to open your camera so we see how handsome you are? Oh, there you are. Wonderful. Okay, great. So can you just introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're connecting from, and where you work, and why you've decided to do this course?
Good day. How are you? My name is Matlati. Surname is Chauke. I work for SCCM Tembu Medical, and the background and everything. I'm currently on site working. I doing this course to expand and also just to empower myself on the knowledge and also the skills in terms of working on medical equipment. So yeah, that's basically why I joined and why I wanted to do this course.
Okay, that's great, and you're most welcome. So I am going to go to the learning management system, which in TU my tutor. So I can introduce you to the LMS and show you how everything works. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. We are busy. We have a new system, LMS at the moment. And from the beginning of next year, we're going to migrate all of this content to the new LMS or learning management system. But for now, this is what we have been using, and it has worked greatly for us, and we'll continue to use it till the end of this year. So you will probably be the last batch of participants to use this particular learning management system. So this is the homepage for the course. And in this homepage, there is a link here that you can always use to connect to the MS Teams live sessions. So each time you click on this link, it will take you to the MS Teams live session where we're having this session at the moment. Okay, and you're able to upload the program. You're able to download it from here at the bottom. So you click, you'll be able to download the program from the homepage. Now, let's go to the content area, and that is the part of my tutor that you will mostly be engaging with. Now, what you see on the screen is the lecturer's view, the way I see it. The way you will see it on your part will slightly differ. Okay? So for you as a participant, it will look something like this. So this is the home page. If I click on the content area, you will see it will look different. Now, this is how it will look from your side when you start connecting. So between now and Monday, you are going to click on welcome message. Well, you will do the module welcome and introduction. Under that, you have the welcome message by myself. You'll be able to download the program for the course. You will be able to see the module outcomes and assessment criteria, equipment needed, and then there's an introduction to all the facilitators whom you will meet during the course of this training, prescribed and recommended readings, promotion requirements. You'll be able to download the study guide, and also there is another link that takes you to MS Teams for the live training sessions, just like we're having this briefing now. So you have it in the home page, you have it in the module welcome and introduction under the content tab. If you go to, let's say, your facilitators, let's click on that. So every one of those you click, it will expand. And if you look at the top right-hand button, there are navigation buttons that you can use to navigate from one page to another. So you can navigate forward, or you can navigate backwards, or you can go to the content area, right? But let's go back and meet some of the facilitators. So that's me. Freddie Ranque works with ECOMED. So he's one of the people you'll meet during the course of this training. Alan Whiteford does most of the practical training. He worked in Steve Biko Academic Hospital for many years. So Katuchelo, also one of the trainers. And then we have Trisha Swanepoel. She did mostly the patient monitors. And then we have Selena Sibia. She's now overseas in Canada. And then we have Terry Downs that worked with the National Department of Health as Deputy Director for many years. And I think there's one more who is not on this list that you're going to meet, Fraser Lemmer, who did the practical on ProSim 8 and patient monitoring, as well as a few other equipment. So these are your facilitators, okay? So you can use the navigation buttons to navigate. Now let's go back to the content area. There are two important folders at the bottom here. The first one says learning content, and the other one says practical content. So if you click on the folder that says learning content, that is where you will find all the theoretical content for this course. And as you navigate using the navigation buttons, it will take you through all the contents. The next one is the practical content. So, okay, so I just want to go back to content. Okay, so you can see for the learning content, you will see all the units, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, with all the videos, the contents, the lectures, the PowerPoints, and all of the materials. They're all there from unit 1 all the way to unit 15. If you click on the folder for the practical contents, the same thing. Okay, right now it's not going to show because it's locked. So I'm going to open it and just play one of the videos for you to see. I will go back to lecturer view so that you'll view it exactly the way I will see it. So if I go to practical content and I open that, I will just play one of the videos in the practical side. Let's go to patient monitoring and talk about introduction and the components. And I can play that video. I can expand that to fill the screen by clicking on this button at the bottom right hand
My name
side.
is Trisha Swanepoel.
Okay.
I am a clinical engineer
And you
by
can
trade.
pause,
I also work
you
for
can
Respiratory
fast
Care
forward,
Africa.
you can rewind,
And today we'll be covering
etc.,
patient monitors.
Okay, so let's try
Okay,
another
so today we'll be
one.
covering patient monitors. This is
Testing the SpO2 functionality of the patient monitors.
Hi everyone. What we're going to look at now is
Fraser.
testing the SpO2 functionality on your patient monitor. And again, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the ProSum8 simulator together with the ProSum Spot, which is the SpO2 simulator which you use with the ProSum8. Okay.
So
you'll see that on the ProSum8 we have a connector here.
Now let's go to the theoretical content. In Unit 1, for instance, the unit on ethics, if I click on it, let's see, on ethics, if I click to open, I just want to show you. Okay, it's taking a bit of time to open, but let's give it some time. So the training material come in different formats. We have videos, we have a course like this one I'm showing you now. We have PowerPoints with narration. So for this one on ethics, for instance, you will notice if I click here to expand it, there are navigation buttons on the bottom right-hand side that I can use to move from one page to another. So in this first page, it says, watch this short video. It's a YouTube video. So if I click on the play button on the video, it takes me to YouTube.
Hello everyone, and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about ethics. What it is, and why it exists.
I can
Let's get started.
I can rewind.
What is ethics?
Fast forward.
The word.
So once you're done watching that, you click next at the bottom right-hand side. It takes you to the next page where you see the objectives. And then from there, you click again. It takes you to introduction. And from introduction, you click again at the bottom. Then it starts explaining. Okay. And once you're done with the content, you can collapse it and use your navigation button to go back to the content page. Now, let me show you one of the PowerPoint contents. If we go to Unit 2. Okay, Unit 2 has got a summary. Then there's a video on understanding electrical hazards. So I'll just play that briefly for you to see. I can make that bigger on the screen.
Understanding electrical hazards.
The network is a bit slow, so
The
it's
improper
dragging
use of
a
a
bit,
device
but
as a result of inadequate training and lack of experience has led to 10,000 medical device-related patient injuries each year. In this video, we cover the possible electrical hazards, how they can affect the human body, as well as how they can be prevented. First, let's take a look at the physiological effects of electricity.
okay.
The least harmful effect is the threshold of perception, where the current is just large enough to excite nerve endings in the skin and cause a tingling sensation.
This one and show you.
Let's Go current has a minimum threshold of 6 milliampere and results in the vigorous stimulation of nerves and muscles with eventual pain.
Stop this. So if I go to the next unit, for instance, on preventive maintenance, it's a PowerPoint with narration. So that's Unit 3. If I click on the play button, it starts playing.
Welcome to
you will
Unit 3,
hear the voice of Selena taking you through the content
and I'll be taking you through this
explaining step by
presentation.
step. You can
Enjoy.
always pause at any time. You can fast forward. You can
At the
rewind,
end of
and you
this
can just do
unit,
it at
you
your
would have
pace.
learned what is preventive maintenance,
Okay.
advantages of preventive maintenance, challenges of preventive maintenance, interval
And then
of
if we go
preventive
to the one on communication, I think we also have some short videos and activities on that as well. And some links to some YouTube content. So, but you just go through step by step, and then we will release the content for each week at the beginning of the week. And then you can take your time to go through the content at your own pace. Okay, now let me pause here for. Do we have any question?
On my side, I'm clear.
Okay. Okay, if there are no further questions, I want to say that like I said before, I'm waiting for the IT department to send your login details. Once we have your login details, I will send each of you a WhatsApp message with the link to the LMS and also your login details, your username and password that you can use to log in, and you can start accessing the contents. So between now and Monday, I think all you need to do is I will give you, okay, you don't have access yet, but I wanted you to go through the introductory part of the course before you get to Unit 1, right? And there is one activity that needs to be completed. Your first activity, which is an introductory activity, if we go to the module welcome and introduction, so right at the end of it, you will see activity 0.1, which is a self-introductory activity, self-introduction. Now, what you're expected to do here, if you click on it, you will see there's a link that takes you to Google Doc online, Google Docs. I'll click on that link. So it will open a page on Google Doc, which you see on the screen, and it says Medical Equipment Maintenance Course Introductory Activity. On this page, you will see some of the participants who have done this course in the recent past. So all you have to do here, just scroll down to the bottom. You will introduce yourself. You just put your name, your surname, organization where you work. Don't put in any email or contact details. Just your name, your surname, the name of your organization, your hobbies, and just put a photo of you so that people know what you look like. Do that right at the bottom, and please do not delete anybody else's information. And this page saves automatically. So once you finish typing, you don't need to save. It saves itself automatically. If you make any mistake, maybe you delete something by accident, you want to restore it, you will just use Control Z, Control Z. So to restore the last deletion that you have made or the last mistake you made. So at the end of it here, for instance, I'm going to add maybe 2 more pages so that you are able to add your content right at the bottom. Just put your name, your surname, the name of your organization, your hobby, and your photo so that we know what you look like. And once you're done, you just exit, you close, no need to save, it will save automatically. Okay. So I'll keep checking with IT department to make sure that your login details are ready. Once they are ready, I'll send you an SMS. No, not SMS, WhatsApp message. The next time we meet will be on Monday morning. Let's see what time. I have a lecture with students at 9 o'clock. So can we meet at 12 o'clock, same time as today, on my time for you guys? 12 o'clock on Monday?
Yes, fine with me.
Okay. Okay, great. Good. So hopefully then your login details should be ready. If not, I will give you temporary login details that you can use to access the content. Great. So that's it for now. Yeah, we're not going to have a session longer than this when we meet. It's usually 15 to 20 minutes. On Monday when we meet, it's going to be very short, about 15 minutes, and then you have the rest of the day to walk through the content yourself. Okay, so if you have not yet sent in your, I think there's one of you who has not yet sent in the proof of payments. If you don't have a proof of payment, you will not have access to the course. So make sure we have your proof of payments by Monday latest so that you can be part of this session. This is the last batch we're having for the year. Okay.
Okay.
Good. If you have any difficulty, you can always contact me on WhatsApp 24/7. I'm always available to assist as best as I can. Okay. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday at 12 o'clock.
Okay, see you guys Monday.
Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, see you.
Okay, bye.
Cheers. Bye.